What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 7 of Open Experience. Yep. I'm Kyle. Next to me here is Jordan.
So,
last week we talked about Castaway.
Mm-hmm.
Decent movie. Today, what are we talking about?
The Ninja Turtles, the 2014 reboot.
Is it a reboot?
It was a reboot.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's debatable.
And now they're rebooting it again. Supposedly they're making an R-rated version.
If you say so. But I had to watch this stupid ass movie.
You're a hater.
Going forward, there are spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, click off the show.
So you've seen the second one, right? You went with me to see that one?
Yeah.
Did you like the second one?
I don't remember. No, they're stupid. He fell in the water. Was it water? He fell in the water, I believe. He didn't skid across it.
That's Dash.
No, it was
in The Incredibles.
No, something happened like that in the second one, though.
Yeah, they were running on water, or he skidded across the water, and you said he should have fell. I think that's what you're talking about.
In the second one?
Yeah.
It pissed me off
because they're in like the river.
Yeah, doesn't make
sense. The second
one
I liked it better than the first one, but they're both good.
I don't remember
I
the second
enjoyed
them. It was all right. I mean, 7.9.
This one
or
this one? I really enjoy this one. The second one, it goes more into like they're just like fuck it, we're gonna go full comic book. This one they're trying to make it more realistic, but then the fans came out and they said they didn't like the first one, so they went like full comic book and brought like all the obscureness and the weird shit to the second one.
Fucking rhinos and shit.
Yeah,
it was so weird.
Bebop and Rocksteady. But I really enjoyed this one, even though their design it took a second to get used to, just because of how like different it is compared to what we've seen, even in the original movies. It's just like you have to adjust to it, but then once you get used to it, it's really enjoyable.
This movie starts off, and where does it start off actually?
April she's talking to a dock worker about the foot plan.
She's chasing him down. He's basically like, leave me the fuck alone, lady. She was in
Megan Fox.
She was in Transformers,
the first two, yes,
and New Girl,
yes.
But you know,
then she got fired from Transformers.
Who's the guy in? The camera guy?
That's Warren. That's Batman. Lego Batman.
Oh, fuck! No, it's not.
Lego Batman.
What else is he in?
He's in Arrested Development. He's in. Trying to think of what else we're on. He's in a bunch of things.
Okay.
Just like he's usually not the main person. He's usually like a side character.
He is,
but he's Lego Batman.
All right, but she's chasing this construction worker down. It's like, lady, leave me the fuck alone. Already answered all of your fucking reporter questions multiple times. Nothing has changed. And then they end up leaving.
Where
do they go to
that? They go to. He's talking to her, and he was like, "We gotta do this thing at like 3:30. You need to stop chasing this."
That's right, yeah.
Then he was like, he goes into a tangent, and he was like, "You know why you can't take candy away from babies? Because even babies love candy." And he goes on this wild tangent, and then they go to like a trampoline fitness thing.
Yeah, I was like, "What kind of fucking interview is this, bro?" And then she's interviewing dude, and then it just shows her doing the fucking bird exercises. He goes, "I was thinking one day, just looking around." All animals can get fat. Except birds. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? He's like, you know why? Because they fly. And then she's doing flying jumping jacks. Like, what is going on?
She was pregnant in this scene. They had to redo some of it because she was pregnant, so they had to like change her clothes. That's why the next scene, her clothes are different than what she's wearing when she's doing the trampoline.
Didn't notice.
Yep. It bothered me, so I looked it up.
Why does it bother you?
Because when they...
Continuity on your forehead, man.
Exactly.
Fuck you mean?
They go to the next scene, she has a different shirt on. I'm like, the fuck just happened? So I was looking to see if there was a cut scene, but they had to do it because she was pregnant.
Gotcha. Also, he tried to ask her out at the very beginning, and he got rejected. Just the very beginning, it starts off. He tries to ask her out, like third scene, got rejected. And then she's trying to figure out this story, and then she just happens to be riding her bike next to the dockyard or some shit. And the Foot Clan, is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm.
They are trying to steal chemicals and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't understand why that. Never mind, we'll get to that later. But then she's like, I'm going to take a picture. Well, actually, she tried to call her boss and get a crew sent down there. Mm-hmm. But they hung up on him, on her. But then she tried to take a picture. And, of course, there's no fucking light. So she has to get closer. Right? So she goes and gets closer. And as she's getting closer, somebody's getting fucked up.
Also, this movie was made in 2014, so they probably started shooting this in 2012. Why does she have this fucking camera phone from like 2004? It says low light. She can't. It was just a horrible. I didn't understand the phone she had.
Just letting you know there was low light, bitch.
No.
It probably wasn't even a part of the thing. They just put it on there so that she had a reason to go and fucking further.
It is, but it's still weird that that's the phone she has.
Nah, it's fine. She's a low level reporter. She can't afford nice phones. She had a little fucking straight talk. You feel me? But she gets closer, and then somebody's getting fucked up, or the Foot Clan's getting fucked up, and then they just dip out. And then she's still trying to take these fucking pictures, so she takes a picture of this vigilante as it is leaving.
Mm-hmm.
At this point in time, I was like, is it just one of them, or is it all of them? Because they were throwing crates and shit. I was like, these motherfuckers are strong. What the fuck is going on? But I was wondering if it was one or all. Do we know if it was one or all?
It was all of them.
You think it was all of them in the first scene? You think so? You say so. So then
the reason why it could have been just one, because in the original movie, Raphael was the one that was sneaking out at night, and he was the only one. So that may have just been a callback to that one, why she thinks there's only one. Mm-hmm. But in this movie, they all four sneak out. But that may have just been a callback. But I think all four were there in the first scene.
Maybe not, man. I don't know. But then she leaves, and then I think she goes back home at this point.
Yeah, she goes home and
freaks out her roommate a lot. Her roommate does not like her at all.
Because earlier when Will Arnett was talking about taking candy from the baby, he also was talking about foam and froth on top of coffee or something. I forget what he was saying, but then she was saying, "Oh yeah, I got the foam and froth to her roommate." And her roommate's like, "The fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah, stop being weird, bro.
And then I think it cuts to the next scene is she's at work talking about the vigilantes too.
Oh yeah, she walks in. They had the little editor meeting, and they're like, "Who got me a story?" And then somebody says, "Something's like, no, bad story. Who got me a story?"
It's Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, and then somebody else says it, and I was like, "I like that. Go with it." And then Megan, whatever her last name is, walks in and is like, "Hey, you want to hear this? I know I'm supposed to be here." Huh?
Her name's April O'Neil in the movie. Oh, it's Megan Fox in real life.
Okay, Megan. I'm gonna call her the Meg. But why? But then she walks in, she's like, "You want to hear this? I'm not supposed to be here, but you want to hear this." She tells them there's a vigilante, and they all basically laugh at her because she doesn't have any proof. She has this one fucking symbol she took a picture of, which I'm still confused why she even has that symbol. But at
the
this point,
vigilante's trademark.
No, it's not.
His calling card.
It's not. It means family. It's like Ohana
in Japanese.
Still doesn't make sense. But whatever. But then right after that, she explains it. They all get mad. But right after that, I think it cuts to somebody asking Shredder what his name is or something like that. And then Shredder just fucks him up. I was really confused.
Yeah, he starts fighting him.
Why is he tied up?
So I think it was like a training exercise. But he wasn't the original Shredder for the movie.
Really? Mm-hmm. I'm kind of mad we saw his face. That's weird.
Well, that's how he looked in like the original. In one of the incarnations, I think it might have been like the latest animated series or something. That's what he looked like in that. So that's why they did that. But originally, it was supposed to be Mahones from Prison Break. That was supposed to be Shredder. In like the first trailer, they set up that he's going to be Shredder. But then the Iron Man 3 controversy with the Mandarin not being the actual Mandarin, like that twist happened. And it freaked Paramount out since they wouldn't have had like the actual Shredder, the one that like the Japanese Shredder. So they changed it to like an actual Japanese person.
Why? I guess
because they didn't want the controversy of like Iron Man 3 of them like ruining the villain or like whitewashing him and making him white. So then they made him the actual Japanese Shredder, and then they had it where Mahones is just an adopted son and like a sidekick or whatever. instead of him being actual Shredder.
Gotcha. I'd been pissed if I was Mahone.
Because originally he was supposed to be, and like I went back and rewatched the first trailer. I'm like, am I just making shit up in my head? But no, they set up where he's actual Shredder. Because in like the trailer, he's like looking at the Shredder outfit and like about to put it on.
Gotcha.
So they changed it up.
Nonetheless, Shredder fucks this guy up and breaks his hand with his neck. Doesn't even make sense. So confused. Whatever. Then right after he fucks him up, his little assistant girl's like, hey, there's some vigilantes. They fucked us up.
Something we've never seen before. She was like super freaked out too. Like her eyes were watering.
I'd be freaked out to those fucking turtles and kill me, bro. What the fuck you mean? So then he was like, well, whatever you do, catch them, make them come out, kill some people is basically what he said. I'm pretty sure they're taking some people's hostage or something.
Yeah.
But then it cuts to Mahomes, and it's like, I'm going to protect everybody from the Foot Clan.
Oh, at the press conference.
With all my money.
Yeah.
Because I'm rich, and I can do that. And I was like, you seem like a bad guy. Like, the fuck is this? You just seem like a bad guy. Right? Gives this whole thing. And then Megan was like, loved the speech. I don't know if she's just saying that, but she told him she loved the speech. And it inspired her, some whack shit like that, right? And then he was like, you knew I guess Mahomes knew her dad.
They worked together,
right? And conversation didn't last very long. But then he was just like, I'll see you on TV. I was like, you don't fucking say that to people. This is weird. This whole movie is just weird. I don't like it, right? And then I have no idea what happens after that.
Then after that, I think it cut to the Foot Clan going to the subway,
and everybody was like running out.
Yeah, and
they were on the street.
Yeah, and it cuts to like the turtles in the sewer, and Donnie's like, "We have heavy Foot Clan traffic," and then it pans over all the monitors, and then you see the little cat.
Well, before that, she gets out of the car. It shows her getting out of the car and going into the subway first. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, because she's in traffic with Will Arnett.
Yes.
And she gets out of running.
She gets out of the car and she's asking people as they're hysterically running
past her.
What are you running from? What are you running from? Right? This is dumb. Go away. You run away too. But she's like, no, I'm gonna go towards this because I'm a whack ass reporter and I need to prove a point.
A story.
No, fuck that. So she goes, right, and she gets into the subway, and she hides behind a pole, which they can obviously fucking see her if they look towards her. Her hands are like this.
That's like in every movie, though.
But no, you got to do better, bro.
In every movie,
fuck
they
that.
hide behind a pole.
Not like that. She was 2 times
movie.
the fucking width of that pole.
You watch Scooby-Doo, they have behind a little pole, and there's like 5
That's animated. Nah, fuck that.
This is from an animated TV show.
It's not animated, though.
Comic book.
They tried to make this shit realistic, too. She's hiding behind a pole, and then she starts to basically fucking run. It wasn't really a run. It was probably like a jog. And her heels go clank, 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 clank. They hear you too, bitch.
Then she got snapped.
Then she got snatched up. And they basically kidnap her and throw her with other hostages. So then this bitch gets out her phone. What are you doing? And the lady was like, don't fucking do like I'm not with you. I'm not with you. Put your phone away. What are you doing? Nah, she pulls out her phone. She's taking video recordings. She's about to die.
She was about to die. And then the turtles come.
Yep.
But before that, when you hear them like the Foot Clan doing heavy traffic, it cuts to the cat playing chopsticks with chopsticks.
Like, yeah, it's so stupid.
I love it. I love Mikey is hilarious in this movie. Everything he says.
He's alright. But yeah.
But then then the train comes by and the turtles start yelling or whatever, and it shows Leo. Like he's the first turtle we see. Mm-hmm. And then like it cuts from his face to Raphael just smashing that chick into the wall. Like she's definitely dead, by the way.
Yeah, they killed everybody. They killed everybody. Wasn't even close.
And then
they beat everybody up. And they tie them all up, and they go up. I don't even know what the fuck they went up. They went up some fucking construction thing. I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
So they go up, and then she goes outside and tries to follow them. Dumb. Number 1, dumb. Number 2, how does she know they went up the fire escape and they didn't go anywhere fucking else?
She doesn't, but I mean, she's gonna go up to the roof because they went up the roof in that direction. So
nah, if you're in the subway, going up is up. Like once they hit the street, you don't know.
Still gotta look for them.
Nah, it's stupid. Pissed me off. But she goes up to the thing, and then they're all like, she's like, "Oh, I stomped her face. Did you see that?" I'm like, "Damn, what the fuck is going on?"
They're little kids.
No,
teenagers. but we have adult conversations.
We'll get to that, man. But then she pulls out her fucking phone again, takes a fucking picture, and it flashes on. Where was the fucking flash when you were at the fucking dockyard? Even the dockyard wouldn't have mattered because you're far away.
She was too far away for that one.
Still, then they all they freeze.
They're like, was that a camera flash? Like, yeah, dummy, that was a camera flash.
It's like, where did it come from? It's like, I detected it was from a girl.
And then and this, I think it was Mikey. He was like, are we gonna kill her now?
He was like, no, we have to kill her.
He's like, no, stupid, we're not gonna kill her. And then I
think Ralph does a fucking Batman voice, and they're Ralph like, "Oh God, he's doing a Batman voice."
And then Mike's like, "He's doing his Batman voice." There's so many like pop culture references 100%, that I noticed.
Yeah,
he called him a Jedi at one time.
She called him but he was like, "Oh gosh, he's doing the Batman voice," and then I don't remember exactly what he said.
I don't remember because I remember while they're talking, Donnie took her phone and wiped it. But I don't remember what Raph said when he was doing his Batman voice.
I think he basically was just saying, like, give me the phone or else or something like that. And then Leo pops up and he was like, no, Ralph, we don't do it that way. We say, please, can we please have the phone?
Do you know who the voice of Leo was?
No.
Did it sound familiar?
No.
It was Johnny Knoxville.
The fuck is a Johnny Knoxville?
The guy from Jackass?
That's,
from The Ringer?
No. Steve.
That Steve-O was the main person. Okay. Johnny Knoxville's the other guy, but he was the voice of Leonardo. But you can also hear Mikey in the background be like, she's so hot. I can feel my shell tightening.
Yeah, what the fuck is what's going on? But then they take her phone, she passes out. Donnie wipes that shit, and how's he wipe it? He ain't got all his tech with him right now.
Motherfucker, he hacked her laptop and put it says virus and all kinds of shit.
What's that mean?
He can erase a phone.
No. Bullshit. But she wakes up and she's like, what are you? And they're like, we're ninjas.
Yeah, they don't say the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They like say it in like separate thing. They're like, we're ninjas, we're mutant, we're turtles.
Yeah.
We're also teenagers. And then she was like, mutant ninja
turtle teenager?
That sounds crazy. And then like when you say it like that, it does. And then she asks if they're alien. And then she says that's stupid. Oh no, that's later.
Yeah.
Originally, it was supposed to be called Ninja Turtles though, and then fans got mad that they didn't have the Teenage Mutant in it. So then they added the Teenage Mutant to the title afterwards. That's why, like on the title screen, the Ninja Turtles is so big, and then it says like Teenage Mutant at the very top, like smaller.
That's dumb. What's the matter? But
they have adult conversations. That's where we get that line too.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because he's like, we're also teenagers, but we have adult conversations too.
Oh, I guess, yeah. And then they leave, and then she rushes to her house, and she's like, see, there's not one of them, there's four of them, blah, blah, blah.
They also call Leonardo Leo, and she was like, Leo, and then Raph, and she like starts remembering their names.
Yeah.
And then she wants to tell me, like, oh, gets the box, whatever.
And their roommate walks in, and I was like, Mom, I need a new roommate. Like, I need to move. I want to come home, bro.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. So then, after that, she's looking through all the shit. She finds all the files and shit from her dad's experiment, and then all the videos of her doing in the lab or whatever, and her seeing the turtles and shit like Raphael, Donatello, and they're blue and purple and shit. She starts piecing it together because she's a fucking weirdo. Then she shows a video of a turtle headbutting the fucking glass and breaking it. I bet it was Ralph.
I assume it was Ralph. I don't know.
That's what I'm betting. I'm betting it's Ralph.
I bet it was Ralph.
Betting it's Ralph. But the origin story was pretty dope. I liked how they went through and showed him being mutated and shit. I don't understand why. I guess it does make sense. Do rats age faster or like not live as long as turtles?
Yeah, turtles can live like super long.
Depends on like the turtles. Like,
yeah,
I thought tortoises can, but like turtles.
I think they're not box turtles. I forget what kind of turtles they are. So like, box turtles, they live like I think like so many years, like a lot less than like tortoises or whatever. But I think rats can only live a couple years. I think they live like 8 years.
Gosh, that's why
so that's why Splinter like ages so much faster than them.
That makes sense. Cool. All right. Where am I at?
But obviously he's gonna live longer because he has the mutagen in his body.
Yeah. But then it goes through all that. I liked how all that was set up. And then it goes to the turtles trying to sneak back in and not have Splinter see them. So they're in the fucking sewer thing. They all tell each other to be quiet. Donnie's fucking using night vision to see if Splinter can fucking...
Thermal. He's using a thermal scan.
Same fucking thing. Seeing if you can see him. And he's like, what if it's like last time, he's just hiding? The fuck is going on? So they're all sneaking in. They all drop down. Mikey, of course, is clumsy as fuck and drops down super hard and super loud. So then it's like trying to be quiet, and then Mikey's like, this probably has already been said, or you guys probably already know this. I got fucking dibs. Like, she's mine. I'm like, the fuck is, like, what year teenager are you? I need to know. What does it
matter? They're probably 15. If I had to guess, they're 14 to 15.
I just need to know.
I'm going to say 15.
I need to know. But then Splinter catches them, and they're like, what are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And then Mike is like, I'm sleepwalking. I'm sleepwalking.
I was here the entire time.
Like, the fuck? Like, this is all stupid. So then there was like, I don't want to go back to whatever.
The Hashi.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is a Hashi? And then Splinter beats them all up real quick. Or not beats them, but knocks them all down. And then goes and takes them to the Hashi, I guess. And it's just where they do fucking weird ass balancing drills for infinity hours, I guess.
I think it was 12 hours.
I don't know. As he's fucking hitting them and shit. And he kept asking them like what they were doing and where they went and shit. Nobody was like, don't break. Motherfucker has a pizza. He's like, you guys know
a pizza Loki looked kind of good.
Fuck that. He was like, you guys know the 3 cheese pizza, right? This is 99 cheeses. Like, no, it's not.
So after this movie came out, some guy ended up he was like some famous pizza maker or whatever. He made a 99 cheese pizza for this movie, delivered it to Paramount, and then Paramount like put like a special credits or something in like the Blu-ray release for this guy that created this 99 cheese pizza. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
I guess
there are that many cheeses in the world.
I guess. But he was like, who wants a piece? Mikey. Mikey's like, I'm not gonna break. And he's like, basically, I'm breaking. He's like basically peeking. He's like, I'm breaking. He starts wobbling and shit. What the fuck? If pizza ain't that good like that, bro.
But he was listing off the cheeses. He
was like, do you want me to list the ingredients?
He was like provolone, mozzarella.
He's like, I don't even know what that is.
Like, I don't know what that is.
But I want it. Like, what?
You gotta do what you gotta do. The pizza looked good though.
I guess so. So then he was like, and he just ranted off everything they did.
Oh yeah, he snitched. He snitched hard.
Snitched hard. Then he snatched the pizza out as Splinter's like, oh fuck, we're done. And he's munching it. Like, what is going on? Right. So then, right after that, he says that April's in danger and they need to go get April.
Yep.
Then it cuts to April calling the or does she get fired?
Yeah, she goes to work and she tells she's in her boss's like office drawing on the board. She has like it's like in 21 Jump Street where they have all the string and everything. Mm-hmm. And she walks in, she was like, what's so urgent that I had to come down here and talk to you? And she was like, there's not just one vigilante, there's 4, and they look like this. And she points at a picture of a turtle.
She's like, a turtle? Yes, 4 of them, big.
She said they don't look like a turtle.
They are turtles. Yeah, they're like big, over 6 feet tall. And they just kept going. And she's like, so 6 foot tall,
vigilante turtles.
Turtles.
And then she's like, is there anything else I need to know? And she's like, they're also ninjas. And then it cuts to her walking outside because she got fired.
Well, she was like, I don't mean to laugh. And then,
yeah, that's what it was. And then Will Arnett sees her outside. And he was like, well, that could have gone worse. She's like, I just got fired, jackass. It could not have gone worse.
He was like, well, maybe you should take some. She's like, no, fuck that. I'm getting this story. I'm like, this bitch in this damn story.
So then she has him take her to
She didn't even ask him. She just did it. And then told her that she asked him.
No, I think she said, take me to Sack's house. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then she went on. She's like, I'm going to get this story because everybody started where I started. Maybe. And then he was like, fine. And then he like grabs her stuff and puts her in the car. He's like, I'm not driving on the property though. I'll drop you off at the gate.
Yeah. And then drops her off. And they're talking. And she gets out the car and goes up. And then he was like, of course, letting this pretty girl go into a rich man's house. Yeah. Good job. Right? When I assume he takes off, she goes inside, and she was like, "Sorry." His name's Eric.
Eric's ex, yes.
Yeah. So she talks to Eric, and she was like, "Sorry about barging in, but I just need to talk to you and let me know if I'm crazy or not." And then she started talking about her dad and the project and stuff, and the turtles and shit. And at first, he didn't sound very interested, like he wanted to talk about it. And then once she was like, "They're alive," he was like, "Whoa, what all you want to know? Let's work together here, buddy." But then she tells him they're alive because she saved them. And then he takes him into a room and tells her a story about old Japan where the Foot Clan or somebody that's like the Foot Clan poisoned the water for everybody, and then a hero tried to save it. I was like, so they're trying to poison everybody, and then they're also going to be the hero to save it. I was like, obviously this is what's happening. So
yeah, he like in that story he was talking about how he was born in Japan and then he got adopted or whatever by Shredder, but he didn't say Shredder obviously. But he was. I
don't think he was adopted. I think he said that a sensei just took him in.
Yeah.
And like,
well, because he got lost from his family, and then he was like, pretty much he got adopted by Shredder because he was lost, and they took him in. So like Shredder is like his adopted father,
kind of. Yeah. I was like, oh, so I assume he's Shredder's the master is what I was thinking.
Yes.
That's why I assumed. Well, at that point, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's what I assumed. Just because we saw that the guy was Japanese or whatever. Mm-hmm. So they were talking, and then he was like, "All right, well, I'll see you out now." And I'm like, "Well, all right."
He goes to the card.
Yeah, he goes to the cards. Like, call me for anything, any resources you need. I'm here. Where am I at?
Did you get that it was a tracking card, or that there was a tracking chip in the card?
No.
Yeah, like when the Foot Clan like infiltrate the sewer or whatever, April looks down at the card and she realizes that there's a tracking chip in it, and that's how they found out.
I don't know that at all.
Ninja Turtles were.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Also, Mahone's house was huge. Did you see that?
Well, he's rich.
No, I want the house, bro.
Yeah,
I want the house.
A company.
Ridiculous.
Which I don't understand why he wants to be stupid rich if he's already super rich.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all.
Like, why would he go through all this shit
just for the government to give him money?
Yeah, when he's already rich. Like,
yeah,
how much more money do you need? I guess bad people do bad.
Well,
things.
I think he said that he wanted to control the whole town.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the city, not town, but like he wanted to control New York.
You have enough money,
like any bad guy, you know.
I guess.
No, you just go start your own fucking civilization.
That's what I'm saying.
On
like
a fucking new island.
Go buy an island,
man.
You have enough money.
Exactly.
But then it cuts to the turtles kidnapping Rachel.
Yes, she goes home and she's on her laptop, and then Donnie hacks it. It's like, ha, hack that shit. I'm Donnie. I do that. And then he was like, go to this address. Come alone, or I'll punish you. And I'm just like, the fuck are you?
They try to sound intimidating, but they're little kids, so they don't know how to sound intimidating.
Doesn't make any sense.
Who will fuck you up? That's what they should have said, but the little kids.
I guess. But so then she goes to this address, and they just pop up out of nowhere, and then they're just talking for a second, and then they just put a bag over the head. It's like, we gotta take you back
over her head.
Huh?
Leo does.
Yeah.
There's a big smiley face on it too.
Yep. So then they kidnap this chick, takes him back to Splinter, and then they all walk in, and then she looks up and sees Splinter, and he's talking to her, and she was like, Splinter? They're like, how does she know her name?
Is she a Jedi?
And then they're like, did you tell her?
Does she read minds? Is she a Jedi? Is she a psychic? And they just go through like all the scenarios real fast.
And then Splinter's telling them like what happened, and that her dad found out what Eric was really trying to do with all of the research they've done, so that's why he burned everything. But he was happy that she saved her or whatever. And then he was like, well, have you told anybody? She's like, oh, just Eric, it's fine. And then he was like, no, Eric's the bad guy. I just told you he's the. I would have went off on her. Like, I just told you your dad burned the fucking place because of what they were going to do with it. And then you think it's fine. It's not. You're stupid. That bothered me. And I was like, ooh, called it. He's the bad guy. I like it. And then he went on to like saying that he like raised them and then found a ninjutsu book and then decided to become a ninjutsu master. And it was like, I'm going to teach it to them. I wonder how long it took him to become a master. And he had to teach himself. Like, I don't think it's possible. You know what I mean? It's been like 8 years, probably longer.
It's been longer than that because like she's an adult now. She seemed like a little girl.
But still.
But
But he didn't have time to learn it, and then also teach these turtles.
They're still learning though. That's why, like, when they're fighting Shredder, you can tell that they're not like reaching their capabilities yet because they're still learning.
I mean,
they haven't finished their
training. Got fucked up too.
At the end, at first he was holding his own.
Nah, he got fucked up.
That was a good fight scene though.
Nah, he got fucked up. But then after he's done with telling them like the origin, how they all became to be or whatever, and what happened from then till now, Splinter and his gang walk in and they start fucking them up.
Well, before that, there's a scene where Sax talks to Shredder about how the turtles are still alive and how they can finish their plan that they set out so many years ago, whatever. And then he tells Sax to go find the turtles and bring them back or whatever.
And then he goes. It doesn't make sense. Like, why are you telling somebody to do something if you're going to go to?
And then that's when the Foot Clan show up in the sewer.
Yep. Foot Clan show up in the sewer. And I was like, how long is this fucking movie?
It's only an hour and a half.
Yeah. But I thought it was, like, over now. There were still, like, 40 minutes left.
No, it's halfway.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying I thought it was going to be over now. But, they come in, and they're fucking Splinter up. They're fucking the turtles up, kind of, low-key. Ralph goes and saves April, and then tosses her.
No, Ralph doesn't toss. Or
Splinter tosses her.
Yeah, Splinter. Mikey puts her in like a safe location. He was like, "There's also some Orange Crush or Orange Fanta in the fridge. Don't tell Ralph."
I'm like, what's this beef with Ralph, man?
Because Ralph, he's like all about fitness and being strong, and then Mikey's
I guess that makes sense.
Mikey is like, I'm gonna eat junk food and drink soda.
Gotcha, that makes sense.
And Ralph doesn't like that because Ralph wants him to be the best version of himself.
We'll get to that. Don't worry.
But then Splinter's getting fucked up by Shredder, and then Megan Fox goes to save Splinter by sticking like a knife or something in his back, and then that's when Splinter throws April and they all out.
And then Splinter and Shredder are still fighting. They get to a secluded like.
Did you like this fight scene? I thought it was pretty dope.
It was pretty cool,
especially the beginning where Shredder, like, as soon as Shredder walks in, he starts fighting Splinter, and Splinter's like, he seems like he's like the more sophisticated, like, better fighter. And he does like a couple moves to like counterattack Shredder. But Shredder goes flying away, and then Shredder ends up overcoming him, obviously, because he's a robot samurai.
He's basically Iron Man. But they go to a secluded area, and then Splinter's getting fucked up, and Leo's about to come help, and he's like, "Stay back!" And then he pulls fucking lever or whatever, and I was like, oh, he's about to drop something on this motherfucker. Okay, I feel it. Yeah, fuck this dude. Okay, cool. And then it just locks the turtles up. But then, Donnie and Leo and Mikey, being the fucking mutant pupils that they are, lift this shit up, of course.
They're strong.
Doesn't make sense. And after that, what happens after that? Oh, they all start getting shocked, and then he fucking fucks Splinter. Or he's like, no, drop your weapons or I'm gonna kill Splinter. And they all drop their fucking weapons like little pieces of shit. I would have killed them all.
No, you would. Oh, while they were fighting individually against the Foot Clan, there was a scene where Mikey's fighting them, and he's like back against the wall or something, and then he's like, "Don't come at me. I'm a snapping turtle, and I will bite you."
I don't remember that at all.
Really?
I don't think that was in my version.
I was cracking
up. It wasn't in my version.
He was like, "I'm a snapping turtle. I'll bite you," and then like he doesn't bite him, obviously.
Also, before we go any further, I watched this on my Fire Stick, right? And when I clicked the button to load the movie or whatever, it was a like Japanese or Korean version. I was like, oh, it must start like this because the Shredder's Japanese or whatever. I was like, whatever. This is weird. I don't know. And then like a couple minutes later, then it went to like just the loading, like the logos and shit. Mm-hmm. But there was no there was just music. So I watched it 5 minutes of like logos and shit because I didn't feel like grabbing the controller to fucking fast forward it. And then when you saw Megan Fox, she was talking in fucking Japanese. I was like, gotta find another one. I guess I was pissed. Wasted 5 minutes of my life fucking with Japanese and shit. But where am I at? So he tells them drop the weapons. They do, and then he punches Splinter a couple more times and throws him down. And they all shock the turtles and kidnap him. And they're like, "Well, where's the fourth one?" He's like, "Oh, he's dead.
Because he's buried underneath the rubble."
He's not dead.
Well, obviously, but he was buried underneath, so they're
stupid. Dead. And they're like, burn it down, destroy everything. Obviously, they didn't go back and check. That's all I'm saying. They didn't do their job. Also, Megan Fox is there. It just doesn't make sense.
They don't care about the girl,
I guess. But then it goes to Ralph getting out of the rubble, and I was like, Ralph is about to come fuck him up. Like, I was like, oh yeah, he gets to be lone wolf now. He been trying to dip out. Oh, he about to fuck everybody up. Then they were talking. He was like, I'm gonna go save my. Or he goes up to the Splinter first to see if he's all right, and he's dying. And then Splinter's like, just go save your brothers. Like, leave me, fuck me, whatever. Go save your brothers. So then Ralph goes, he's like, I'm gonna fucking save them. And he starts picking up their shit. He picks up Leo's last. I thought he was gonna leave that shit. I thought he was gonna pick up the Donnie's and Mikey shit and then leave Leo shit. I was hoping, man. Fuck Leo, you feel me? He's the worst.
Well,
fuck
Raphael is my favorite Ninja Turtle, but
fuck Leo. Mikey's my favorite, for real. And it's always been.
Always been a Raph guy. He's the rebel.
No. I'm too funny for that shit, man. You know what I mean?
Damn funny.
I'm fucking shy. That scene was not funny at all. I love that scene. Let me tell you, I was like, this is stupid.
I love that scene.
No. This is stupid. If he would have spit some bars, that would have been different. If he would have spit something, that would have been cool.
I love that
but
scene.
But nah, fuck that scene. But then it goes to Ralph trying to go save them.
It cuts to Megan Fox talking to Will Arnett saying they need a ride to Will Arnett's estate, and he was like, "For what?" He was like, "We got to go save the 3 other turtles," and he was like, "What the?"
Well,
fuck?
At first they were on the phone. He was like, "I can't tell you on the phone." He was like, "But you called me," and she hangs up on him. So then he pulls up with a fucking whack ass hat on, looks like he's Toby, right?
She's like, "What's up with your hat?"
He was like, "Oh, it's a friend's fucking weirdo." He throws it in there. And then he was like, "Where are we going?" And then she's explaining it. And he was like, "You don't have to make up reasons to see me." And I was like, "No, bitch." I was like, "I bet the motherfucker snuck in the back. He's about to punch you or something." And he just pulls up his head. He's like, "Fucking drive." Obviously, it's an F word, but he's like, "Drive." And he's like, "Oh shit, the fuck is that?"
He was like, "Oh shit, they're real."
Man, I was like, "That'd be fucking." I'm like, "Bro, I don't want to be in this no more. Like, you can have it, bro." He's like, "How did he get in?" And nobody answers it. It was like, he was a fucking ninja. But then they drive to
Zach's house.
Yeah, I guess. Is it Zach's house?
I took it as Zach's house, yes.
Okay. But he drives there, and then they all go inside.
Well, at first he's driving. He was like, "All right, I'll drop you off here." And then Raph is like, "Ram the door!" Or ram the gate or something. He's like, "I'm not ramming the gate. This is Channel 6 property." He's like, "Ram the gate." He was like, "Okay."
He was like, "Fuck it."
Crushes through.
All right. And then they fucking are stopped or whatever, maybe at a door or something, and then Ralph just busts out the fucking side. Like, you couldn't have just open it up a little bit.
Make an entrance.
Come on, Ralph. What are you doing? Ralph just busts out that bitch. Like, he's not fucking doing anything.
And then that's when the Foot Clan, or I forget, is there Foot Clan outside, or do they not?
There's some Foot Clan outside, I think, but Ralph fucks them up real quick.
Yeah, and then they go inside.
And then they go inside, and there's not really any. I think there might be a couple Foot Clan in there.
Yeah, but then he pretty much just fights Shredder.
Yeah,
and gets fucked up.
He gets fucked up. Up. He just like tries to save them or something. And then Shredder comes out and he fucks them up, and he's just continuously fucking them up. And then Megan Fox, she's like, "Ralph!" Like, no, bitch, go save somebody.
And then Will Arnett's up top, and he was like, "Okay, so there are the 4. So there's 3 Ninja Turtles. There's the other one." Or he was like, "There's 4 Ninja Turtles. They're all fighting, and one of them's fighting a robot samurai." Yep, this makes sense. This makes sense. And then he walks off.
And then also when they were looking at Shredder and Ralph fighting, he's like, "Oh, he's gonna die."
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he's gonna kill him.
Yeah. We need to hurry. Like, the fuck is going on? So then she goes over to Donnie and was like, Donnie, Dom, Donnie, what do we do? And Donnie, what do we do? Yeah, what? Adrenaline. Okay. And she's just smashing this button. It's like, oh, and it's like overdose is gonna happen. Overdose. And she just keeps smashing this button. Right. Oh, also before that, Ralph runs into the glass and he tries to break it, and he bounces the fuck off of this.
I remember that.
I do. Just want to point that out real quick. Right. And then she gets the adrenaline, she's smashing the button. Ralph is still getting fucked up. She's just smashing the button. And then all of a sudden, Donnie wakes up and he's like crazy eyes and shit, pumping up. And then fucking open the cookies.
Continue, man.
But they all wake up and they just all bust out. And I'm mad at the way they bust out. number one, Donnie does a fucking front flip and busts out. And then Leo just walks basically and busts out. They're not breaking this bulletproof glass that Ralph just bounced off of.
They have so much adrenaline pumping through their bodies.
It's not. No, they just did a front flip and broke this glass. This pissed me off. You
Mikey was like, "Do you feel as good as I feel right now?" I'm so calm. Are you calm? Because I'm super calm.
Bro, they were on crack.
It was so funny.
He's like, "I'm so calm, being so quiet."
So in this
you
scene,
weren't.
where did Shredder go? I got confused about this because they didn't fight Shredder after. Did he just leave when they broke out? Because they don't explain what happened. And I went back and watched it because I'm like, did I miss a part? Because he's fighting Raph. And then it goes to them breaking out. And then it goes to them going over to Raph with no Shredder. Like, did he just leave when they broke out? And he was like, fuck, they're on crack. I'm going to leave. Because it wasn't explained.
I think, didn't he fuck Ralph up? And then Ralph wasn't moving, so he just dipped out?
I thought he was still fighting Raph when they broke out.
No, because I'm pretty sure he told them to put him in the fourth box. Because they needed his blood, too.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. I must have missed that part then.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought he was still fucking Raph out when they were.
I'm pretty sure they fucked him up, and then was like making sure the rest of the plan was gonna happen.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it doesn't make sense why he forgot about Megan and the guy. Like you should have.
I'm telling you, they don't give a fuck about these humans.
Nah, that's why they lost. It's also why the whole situation happened as well. But they all break out. And they're all like, "Whoa, I feel great!" Blah blah blah. They're all super hyper and shit. Yeah. And then they go and save Rouse, and they're basically running in fucking circles at this point. And then they was like, all right, so what do we... Ralph was like, what do we got to do? And Ralph is fucking tired. He's got his ass kicked. He doesn't have adrenaline. You better fucking go take a shot, bro. Like, you better go get in that bitch. And then they go... Or they tell him what's going to happen, that they're trying to inject the fucking toxin or whatever into the city. And they're going to save everybody. He's like, oh, shit, we got to stop this. So then they start going... And they obviously don't have a car anymore because Ralph broke out of it. And they can't fit all the turtles because they're fat as fuck. And they weigh 1,000,000 pounds probably. And it's like, oh, we have this fucking semi or whatever. Can you drive it? He was like, yeah, I can drive it.
No idea.
Yeah, no, he knew. Definitely did not know how to drive. So then he gets in there and he was like, you got to hot wire it? Just like, or you
get the keys.
Fucking keys and go.
He was like, you got to mix the blue with the red. I learned that.
I was like, he's going to blow this shit up. Like... But then they start driving or whatever, and I'm like, oh, this shit just turned into Fast and the Furious real quick. This is the dumbest thing in my fucking life. Mikey's on top. Why is he on top?
Because he's communicating between the two.
Why don't they just punch a wall or punch a hole in the end of the trailer to theirs? Like I feel like that would have been simpler.
I don't know.
Like Mikey's.
They're teenagers. They didn't think of that.
It's not that hard. You're busting out shit like to break shit. Everybody's happy.
They didn't want to break the semi.
Fuck
it wasn't Channel 6. They didn't give a fuck. They want to break this one,
I guess. But then they're fucking smashing into shit. Guys trying to drive, and then somehow they get on the snow going downhill.
So they're on the semi, and then there's cars chasing them. So Leo is fighting with the cars, and then Leo is sliding down on a shell, and he gets tasered. And then that's when Mikey jumps off to go save Leo.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how exactly.
Because Leo was trying to take out the cars. Because there was like all those like cars coming down, chasing after the semi. Leo was trying to take those out. And then that's when Leo got tasered. That's when Mikey jumps down. Yeah. And then
I like this scene a lot, actually.
This scene is amazing. And then that's when Raph is like, let me go tape up my shell, it's cracked. And then Donnie's like, no, let me be the badass for once. And then Donnie jumps out.
Yeah.
And then they're all in trouble, so then Raph has to go save everybody. They're sliding down. Oh, because they're just going on the road, and Donnie's like, if we stay on this road for 2.3 miles, we'll be where we need to go. Yep. And then it gets blasted off to going down the side of the mountain.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, now this is how much off course. I was like, no, this is shortcut.
Faster.
I'm like, all right. Yeah, and they're all sliding down and shit. And yeah, Leo's fucking has his katanas out or whatever they're called, and he's fucking using them for skis.
First time he's ever had real katanas.
What do you mean?
Because I guess in like the TV show and the previous movies, they're not actual katanas. I guess katanas, they're a different type of sword that he's had before. And this is the first time he's ever actually had katanas. Even though whenever people say Leonardo, they think of his swords as katanas. They're not really katanas. It's just a weird thing.
Nerd. But he's using skis.
Yes.
Going down is pretty dope. But then they kill all the cars, basically, make sure they're not
like one
functioning.
card down, 3 to go.
Yep. And then they're like, well, there's a cliff in 53 seconds. Or whatever they said it was. He's like, oh, shit. Go tell them. Go get the girl. So then, Megan Fox is fucking hanging out of the window trying to take pictures of all this fucking happening.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
And then Will Arnett's like, what are you doing? He looks over and sees her butt. He's like, nope, keep doing it. You're doing great.
You're doing great. I'm like, this is stupid. Why are you taking pictures? Like,
she's trying to get for her story.
Fuck your story. You're about to die.
She's not. She has.
And then
turtles.
It cuts to her door hanging open and her
Will
hanging
Arnett
off
has
of
to
it.
save her. Yep.
How'd her door get open? She was just hanging out the window. It doesn't make sense.
I think something happened to it. I think they hit a bumper or something and the door swung open.
That doesn't make sense. You're not hitting a bumper, your door's just open.
But then Will Arnett saves her. She pulls back in.
Yeah.
And then that's when they're like, we have 53 seconds to the cliff.
Yeah.
So Raph goes to try and save him. And, because then there's like a rocket launcher car up ahead. And then Raph is like, hey, Donnie, let's do that slingshot thing.
Yeah,
and then takes the ball and throws Raph at the car. That was a pretty dope scene.
Yeah. And then they try to grab Megan and the guy out, and they grab
They're
them.
definitely dead.
They're all dead.
When they're rolling, after Raph grabs them, and he's like, hold on. I think it might have been Leo. Whichever one grabs them.
Leo. Yeah, it was Leo.
Because he got shot with the taser thing, and it stuck to him. And then it pulls Leo through, and he has he has Will Arnett and Megan Fox, and they're rolling around. They're definitely dead.
Yep.
Because I don't even think he has a hold of Will Arnett's character, and he's rolling around on the ground.
They're rolling around, and then they go off of the cliff, and then Mikey has the rope thing or whatever for a second, and then he loses that shit.
He's like, Mikey, grab the rope, and Mikey has it, and then he lets go. He was like, oh no, Leo, April, that other guy.
They're so young. And then he keeps
calling Will Arnett's character old though. It's so funny.
Yeah. And then he's like numbnut, or I think Ralph was like numbnuts. They're not dead. And then they pull him up
because Leo used his katana. That's it. Yeah, because Leo used his katana to stick into the mountain. Because he sticks his sword into the mountain. That's how they don't fall. And then Raph picks all 3 of them up because he's a badass.
Yeah. Right. And then after that, they are where they need to go. They're doing this fucking slip and slide through the fucking sewer, which is gross. It's definitely poop water. Nasty. Definitely.
They've lived there their entire lives. That's all they know.
Megan didn't.
That's why she said it smells like a sewer.
That was at the beginning. This is now.
Yeah, they're used to it now.
Fucking gross. Nah, fuck that. And then they get to wherever they need to be. You know, nobody's wet. You know, it's fine. They're just fucking going down a slip and slide. Get where they need to be. And there's like, all right, so we're going to go take out Shredder at the top or whatever. You guys go get safe or go to a safe place or whatever.
She's like, no.
And she's like, no, we're going to go get the antidote or whatever the fuck it was, just in case. He's like, well, and then Ralph was like, thanks for believing in us, bro.
I know. He's like, damn.
And then Ralph, Donnie, and Leo walk away. And, you know, Mikey got to stay back because he's a little slick character, right? He was like, you know what? If I don't make it back, I'll always be in here. I'm like, fucking go, bro. What are you doing? He kind of pisses me off.
And then Will Arnett looked down. He's like, you just touched her. Why do you touch her?
Yeah. What the fuck's going on, right? But then they... Actually, and then what comes up is people show up before they split up, I believe.
People.
Like the Foot Clan, right?
Where at?
I don't know. Or do they split up first?
They split up, and then they go to... They're looking for an elevator. And they open up a thing, and it's like 1,000 Foot Clan soldiers. And they start running at him, and then Donnie closes the door, and he's like, that wasn't the elevator. And then they turn around and go away. And Megan Fox and Will Arnett go up into the building or whatever looking for the mutagen cure. And then that's where they see Sax and he starts shooting at her. Bang, bang.
Oh, okay. I know what I said that. Cool. So earlier in the movie, we didn't talk about it, but to protect Megan and the other guy, they realized that they were bulletproof.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then they opened the elevator and see all the guys, and they said, oh, fuck that, and they closed the elevator and then turned it off.
The bulletproof scene came right before the snow scene.
Yes. But if you're bulletproof, why not just go fuck them up?
Because they don't need to go that way. They need to go up. They're looking for an elevator. They don't give a fuck about these Foot Clan.
I guess
they're just trying to stop this thing from being sprayed on the city.
I guess they should have fucked them up.
So that's why they're like, oh, this is in the elevator. We're gonna lock them in there. Then we're gonna go find the elevator. And then that's when we get the best scene of the movie.
Them getting fucked up.
MC Mikey.
Oh, and yeah. So MC Mikey, and he just starts doing shit, and then Leo looks pissed off through the entire fucking.
He does
thing.
until the very end. He's like,
the dumbest thing ever.
You got beatboxing Raph in the back.
This is stupid. Like if he would have rapped or something, that'd have been cool.
Earlier
I'm
in
fine
the
with
movie,
that.
Raph was like, "I'm leaving after this because I can't stand you guys. I'm gonna go out on my own." And then Mikey's like, "You can't leave. We have to finish our Christmas album."
Yeah, I wrote that somewhere.
Our Christmas rap album.
Yeah,
which is a callback to 1994. There was a Christmas rap special.
I'm tired of talking about stuff with you where you're telling about callbacks and being nerd shit that it's stupid. Let's just talk about the movie. Let's talk about what's in front of us.
That's why it was in the movie, is why I'm letting you know.
We don't care.
There are some people out there that do.
Not that are watching this.
And I'm there for you. You really don't like the elevator scene?
No, that's a terrible scene.
I love the scene. Super
annoying. And then they got to fucking floor 55 or whatever.
And then they're just ready to fucking go. And then they get their ass beat.
Yeah, as soon as the door opens, they just stop fucking being musical geniuses, I guess, if that's what you call it.
See, he called him a genius. But then they go fight Shredder.
Shredder fucks him up.
Super bad. They're
super bad. Meanwhile, while they're getting fucked up, April and the other guy,
Vern,
sneaks into the lab. Like, how do they just walk into a lab? Like, come on now.
Donnie said he disabled the security system.
That's true. But I've not just walked in like that, but like I feel like you should have like a security team there or something. You're rich as fuck. You got this fucking.
He has a gun. Plan. He has a gun with unlimited bullets because he shot maybe 12 times. He was just shooting.
He had a mod on Division. What the fuck you mean?
he was shooting.
He got that big magazine.
Every time I was like, how many bullets does this guy have? Every time he was shooting, like, damn.
But he was shooting every time somebody would move. He was destroying everything.
He was so paranoid.
And then Vern distracted him and to let Megan Fox hit the button or whatever, and then the steam guard, and then he just
hits him with like a telescope or something.
I guess. And then he's unconscious.
Microscope.
He's in a coma. So they have the little cure thing, and then it cuts back to them fighting. They're still getting fucked up. They was fucking everybody up. And then they're all like super fucking tired and shit. And then Mikey was like, "You got."
Before they went out, Raph was like, "You can say the word. Remember that word that I told you not to say?" And he was like, "Yeah, well, I give you permission to say it this time." And when he said that, I'm like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" Yeah, and then he said "cowabunga." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
He was like, "I had this one built up forever." He's like, "Cowabunga."
I was hyped when he said it. I was like, "Oh, shit's about to go down," and they were just getting beat up. I'm like, "Oh fuck, that wasn't a very good cowabunga. You should have waited."
Man. And then Mikey's like, "We should do bongo." What's it called?
I forget what they called it. But they were getting beat up, and then he was like, it was a training exercise they did.
Yeah.
Earlier.
I don't even know if it was a training.
No, they were just having fun. They were having fun hitting the paint cans, and then Raph would like move away when it was Mikey's turn, so Mikey fell.
He's like, "I need all four of you." Mikey was so small when he was younger.
Well, he's still the smallest one now.
I know,
well, Donnie's like lean, Mikey's the shortest.
Yeah.
Leo's average, and then Raph is like the fucking Hulk. I like how, because like in the TV show, how they're all the same. They all look the same. They just have different colored bands or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this one, how each one like looks distinct.
Well, if it's animated, it's a lot easier to just change the color of one band than it is to.
But they've never done this before in any of the other like TV shows. They've always looked the same. And then this one, it shows like Raph is the fucking.
How do you know he's the biggest then?
What do you mean?
How do you know Raph is the big? Like how did they know before the movie?
They just did it for their personality. So Raph is like, he's the strength guy, so they made him the tallest. Mikey is the youngest, so they made him the shortest. Donnie's the tech guy, so he doesn't train as much, so he's like the slimmest. And then Leo's just like all around because he's the leader.
Gotcha. But then it's like, let's do the training or the having fun thing. It starts with
the B. I don't remember what it was.
It's like a boggle something. I feel like boggle. I'm going boggle. Let's do the boggles.
It's definitely not that, but
boggle boat.
It's definitely not
Boblo boat. Let's do that Boblo boat. And then they were like, Donnie was like, the fuck are you talking? No, what are you? And Ralph was like, eh. And then Leo was like, wait, actually, that'll work. And Donnie's like, how is that gonna work? And Ralph is like, he's the leader. Listen to Leo. And I was like, oh, now you're fucking fine with him being the leader. Fuck you.
He grew. It's his arc.
Fuck that.
After he had to go save them and he's seen that he couldn't do it without his brother.
So then they all go do the thing where they jump over each other and they beat Shredder up and then they kick him.
Raph kicks the fuck out of him and he flies off.
Yeah, I would have stabbed him.
If you were Raph?
Yeah. Would have stabbed him.
He just kicked the shit out of him.
He did. And he fucking flies. And then they're like, then they go to the thing. They're like, we got 50 seconds left or whatever. And then Donnie's looking at the code trying to disable it. And I was like, this code's written 20 years ago. How am I supposed to know this? Like, I don't know how to work this shit. And then Shredder stands up and is about to go fight him again. He's like, well, we'll try to hold him off while you try to figure it out. And he disables it, of course, with 1 second to go.
No, 2 seconds, but he got it.
Fucking stupid. There's no way. If you've never seen this before, there's no way you turned it off by code.
He figured his command line. He's smart. Super smart.
Doesn't make sense. No. Fuck that. I don't care how smart you are. Then what happens then? Oh, and then Shredder starts throwing all his knives and shit to try to knock the whole thing off to the ground just so everybody gets contaminated regardless.
In a 10 block radius.
I don't see why I just didn't throw that shit off the fucking building anyway then. Like, if that was an option, like, you don't gotta have a countdown.
Because he wanted the entire city. He didn't want just a limited amount of area.
I guess. But then it starts to fall and they all hold it. Like, it's the, what challenge was it earlier? When they got caught, Splinter made them.
Oh, the Hashi.
It's basically a Hashi challenge because they all had to hold this thing up. And they're like, don't break.
And then Shredder's going up to Leo, and then Raphael's like, fuck it, I'm about to come fuck this guy up. I'm dropping it. And then Leo's like, no, don't move. And then he went to go punch Leo, and that's when April shows up.
And Leo ate that shit.
And then April's like, Shredder! And she has the mutant agenda.
He just tackles her. Like, she's dead.
Yeah,
she's done.
He tackles her. He has all these knives and shit. She's definitely impaled. She had something go through her chest or her heart or something.
100%.
There's no way she caught the thing either. Onto the billboard or whatever, the scaffolding. There's no way she caught herself.
Oh, yeah, she's dead. She fell to the ground.
Yeah.
There's no way. And then all this is happening. Debris flying off the fucking building. They're like, we got a 10-10. Debris. 10-10. The cop said. And what happens after that? Shredder has the thing.
The turtles go to save April because she's falling. Raph grabs her. Donnie grabs. There's all of them. They're just hanging on to each other so Raph can grab her.
And then he throws a sword or something at Mikey, I think, and Mikey deflects it and it hits him in his like shoulder or something. Yeah. And then they're all dangling, and then Leo throws his knife at him, the katana at him.
Yeah, because she says, swing me towards him.
Yeah, and
she kicks him in the fucking face.
Yeah. And then he falls to his not death, because I don't think he's dead.
He comes back in the second one.
Really? I don't remember that.
But it's a different actor, so I don't know if it's the same Shredder, but I think canonically it's the same Shredder.
Gotcha. Cool. But then he falls and the shit breaks and he does a little fist thing at the end, I think.
Yeah, see, when that happened, I took that as because he has some of the cure on his finger, or like the mutagen on his finger. So I think he's closing it in so the cops can't get it. Or him to save it, because that's how they make Bebop and Rocksteady in the second one.
Gotcha.
So I think he saved some of it. There was also a cool scene when they're fighting Shredder before all this happened. When I think it's Raph. He falls off the side of the tower. Donnie grabs him, then Donnie swings. Oh no, it's Leo. Donnie grabs Leo, and then Donnie swings his bow staff up, and Raph grabs it and swings him back up to the top.
Yeah,
that was a pretty cool scene.
Yeah.
But then after Shredder dies or falls to the ground.
Yep.
The whole entire scaffolding thing starts flipping through the air and falling. And then
and it falls slow, like it falls on like one building and then on the next.
And then they all say their last words or whatever.
And then Raph admits that he's the worst out of all of them.
That he can't do it without them. That he just pushes them to be the best. And
the reason he wants to leave is because he feels like that he can't live up to them.
And then they're just done falling. They're like, Mikey looks over to Raph and he's like, "Are you crying?" He's like, "No, there's a lot of dust in here."
Yeah. He was like, "Guys, we made it." The fuck?
There's no way
the fuck you didn't. You're dead. No way. You're dead.
Like, they may have survived. April's definitely dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
And then I forget how it ended. Oh, it cuts to Will Arnett meeting April underneath a bridge.
Yep. And he was like, I know you're not like the type to go on a real fancy dinner type of girl, so I figured a creepy ass under the bridge date would be better suited for you. And then the turtles just pull up, right? I have such a problem with this scene, right? The turtles pull up, and there was like, hey, we just wanted to say thank you for keeping our secret. She didn't keep a fucking secret. She tried to tell everybody.
But she didn't afterwards, though.
No, fuck that. They were like, you could have gained so much, but you didn't. You didn't tell anybody. Like, no, she told her boss. She told everybody she worked with. She told this other guy. But she told the bad guy.
Earlier in the movie, they asked who she told. She said, nobody that believed me. Nobody believes her.
Doesn't. No, fuck that.
And then Mikey starts singing to her.
Yeah, Mikey did start singing to her. And then she was like, well, I'm taking the subway. I'm not riding with you guys. You guys don't know how to drive.
They blow up Vert's car.
Yeah. He was like, I got this new car. I'm not allowed to get scratches on it. I don't think I will. This is blown up. Like, so stupid.
This is so funny.
But that was a movie, man.
It was good.
It was alright.
They were originally going to be aliens. That's why they make that alien joke where they're like, so they're aliens, and April's like, no, that's stupid. They were originally going to be aliens.
Word.
But then the creator or somebody came out and said that they changed it from the aliens to them just being like mutants or whatever because of they didn't want the fan backlash.
They're pussies.
They are. They. But then the second one they go like all comic book. It's weird. Even though like in the original material of the Ninja Turtles, they're like the mutagen is from outer space that turns them into the Ninja Turtles.
Really?
So they have like some outer space. But originally, like in this movie, Shredder was gonna be from like a different planet and land on Earth, and the Turtles were gonna be from a different planet than Shredder, and then they were just gonna be like an intergalactic space war.
That's how it always
that just happened on Earth. It was
how it always is.
But I enjoyed this movie.
Pretty good movie. Would you like to know what you're watching?
I guess.
Have you seen Southpaw?
With Jake Gyllenhaal.
Maybe. Have you seen it?
The guy from Jarhead.
Have you seen it?
No.
You're watching it.
I bet he's left-handed.
You know bet?
I mean, the name is called Southpaw. I assume so.
Right. We'll find out.
I bet Eminem did the soundtrack for this.
Maybe.
He did. Cool. I'll watch Southpaw.
It's a good movie.
Is it a long movie?
No idea.
I always give you these hour-and-a-half movies. You're giving me 2.5 hours of a guy stranded on an island. Andy Dufresne. The fuck, man.
I'm trying to broaden.
Give me a fun movie.
2 hours and 4 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
So it's really an hour and 50. Oh my. It's not too bad.
I'll watch Southpaw. That's your guys' homework.
It's your guys' homework. You make it like it's school, they're definitely not watching us. That's all I'm saying.
You have any more thoughts?
No, sir.
Till next time.
See you guys. Hit that subscribe button. Comment below with anything you want us both to watch and talk about. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. Did I mention hit the subscribe button? I just like to piss them off. Till next time, guys. See you.